Hold on. Okay. I know a lot of y'all haven't dated in a really long time, but let me remind you, there's only one chance at your first impression. And with that being said, I've got a product review for you. Lasfit liners for the floor of the Bronco Raptor, if you're in Boston. First impressions, right? Box came undamaged. Save the box because in America, we can make shooting silhouettes out of the box. And this is the perfect size to get two of them. Drum roll. So I've got the mats laid out in orientation as they will go. Rear cargo, back seat, front. First impressions. I think they're going to be really good. Here's the one I'm going to see the most when I'm getting in and out of my Bronco Raptor. It's got a cool little KO2 tread pattern. And here is the passenger side. The rear seat. This right here is where it's folded in the box. It's anticipated. It's in the product description. We just got to let this relax and form out for a day or so before we put it to work. And then here is the cargo. Again, that same tread pattern and kind of a rocky gravel pattern that the tread just drove through. Okay, let me give you a close-up view of the mats. To give you a view of the backside and a close-up. And the first thing that I can see that I notice is right there. And there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there, and there. Can you see what I see? See those little tits that stick down, that grab the carpet? Yeah, I know it's unfortunate that the Bronco's got carpet, but it is what it is. Those tits are good. They bite into the carpet and keep your mats from sliding around. Another thing you can tell is that Lasfit logo is molded into the mold. Back seat, same thing. Ooh, I don't feel any of those little, I don't feel any tits on the bottom of that. Ah, I feel tits on the hump. That's what she said. See those? There they are. So that's good. And then the back. Here we go. Tits, tits, tits. Or are they called nipples? I don't know. Called spikes? I don't know. I don't know what they're called. I call them tits. I call them nipples. Oh, looky here. Isn't that ingenious? They really did this. Crop along the dotted line. So obviously you have a Bronco or else you wouldn't be watching this. But we got these hooks in the back of our truck for tying things down and securing the load. And this has got it ingeniously identified if you wish to cut those out to use those hooks. I typically only use the left and right hook for securing my cooler from ending up in my front seat if I slam on the brakes too fast. That is huge, let me tell you. Or better yet, let me show you. That's right, WeatherTech, big name, sponsor motor racing courses. They missed the boat. They've gotten lazy since they got so humongously big as a company, and they did not put the proper identifiers for the hooks. I wanted access to those hooks. I had to butcher up the mat. It looks like doo-doo. And then I tried to get the front ones and make them a little bit different, and they still got butchered up. The biggest problem with WeatherTech is something that Lasfit already figured out. Look at the bottom of this. Not only is it flat, but these ridges that stick up here, they got no tits on them. They're smooth. And so now what you're looking at is you're looking at a surface area that's supposed to grab the carpet has been minimalized. Instead of being the whole flat thing, which would be a full surface area, you've got 1/4 of an inch grids. This mat slid around with hundreds and hundreds of pounds of load on it. That's your first impressions, and you only got one. So far, Lasfit nailed it. Okay, side by side on the ground, and then we'll put the Lasfit into the truck. This is the passenger side. So a couple things that I'm noticing right away is this. Of course, the Lasfit wins on the depth of the tread. You cannot even compare. This is like twice as much. The back side right here, that's higher than it is right here. So that's going to keep some stuff from rolling back underneath your seat possibly. The sides here, this is higher up on that side, so that's going to protect up a little bit higher than that right there. Same thing up against the door jamb. That's taller than it is here. This here is where the Lasfit's gonna have more. So here's the fold right here. Trying to line these up. And here's the fold there. This, you've got that much. You've got almost twice as much, half as much more coverage up on the top on that one. So if you got long feet or long-legged friends, that's gonna help. Okay, there's the Lasfit. I got a new memory card in here, so I think it's the GoPro fixing to die. I think the Lasfit wins. It's definitely better looking. It covers everything that you need to cover. Neither of them go all the way up and cover the whole carpet thing, but this does cover up there more. This, you can see the mats have already scratched the soft plastic there, so you're actually better not having mats unless you have people up here all the time. That's pretty crazy. Look at that. That's where those mats covered. I might clean it up. I might be able to clean it up. I hope I can. But yeah, I think the Lasfit's, oh yeah, here's where that edge I was telling you fits. I gotta start over. Here's that lip. That's a harder lip there. It comes up higher than on the Ford. I like that. I'm gonna let you make your own decisions on branding because everybody's different. Okay, side by side. This is what I was really wanting to see. I had my thoughts because I got 7,000 miles on these mats the Ford Bronco Raptor. I'm guessing it's the same mat. Someone can leave me a comment. Let me know. Again, like the other side, this covers a little bit higher up on the side, over here and over here, where it's all plastic anyway. So you're protecting the plastic, which doesn't need as much protection. Look here, dead foot. Dead foot. I gotta back the camera off so you can see it all. Remember where I showed you earlier where the dirt is hitting on the carpet from my foot, from my big feet? That's right there. You're gonna see that covers that up. The sides, it's about an inch lower than the Ford mats, but they're more rigid because of this sharp lip on there. Lasfit, something to look at here. It's a definite winner in the house because neither of the mats go all the way up there, and you got carpet no matter what. This covers the bottom part all the way up the dead foot. Look at that. And right there is where my foot normally hits when it's resting there. This covers it all. Nothing's gonna fold in here. Nice and rigid. And look at that. Solid stop. Nothing's gonna bounce and hit up there. Definite winner. Let me know what you think about the branding. Okay, let's take a look and do a side-by-side comparison of the cargo mats, because this one is the one that really takes the abuse besides the driver's floor. Starting at the Bronco. Nice ledges around the sides to keep stuff from rolling off, a little bit of grip texture, and of course the logo. Lasfit, same thing. Good coverage around the sides. And again, you got the hookups if you use those. Here's what I like. That tread, that's just cool. That's a cool design. And I kind of like the fact that Lasfit didn't white out the lettering there. Now, looking at the back of the Bronco, it does not have the tits that I like on it to grab the carpet. This mat did move on me in camping trips by anywhere up to about an inch. Now, the Lasfit, the back of the Lasfit. Look at all of those. Look at all those little tits. They're all over the place. I know, and they're beefy. They are going to grab hold of the carpet. Look at that. This thing is not going to slide anywheres. And how does that Lasfit look? I mean, all the way back here, you see that tire tread. That just does look pretty cool for an off-road vehicle. As far as fit, nothing to concern yourself with. It fits all the way. And with those tits on the back, this thing is not moving anywhere. I like this. I think that looks good. All right, side by side of the rear for the 4-door. Let's go to the Mustang. Branding, bucking Bronco, typical Ford, not a problem with that. Looks like decent coverage everywheres. And flip it over. You know what I like. Look at those. That's good for Ford. They went overboard on that. But Ford, for whatever reason, is two-piece, easier to install, and still offers good coverage when they match up. Lasfit. Definitely, if you look at that and look at this, I think we got more protection coverage around the edges. The other thing that I've noticed is right here on that hump. That thing has got a very good tight laser cut scan profile, where the Ford one, well, that's that. All right, here we go. Let's see if we got what I like on the back side. Lasfit. Uh-oh. It's smooth. No tits dig into the carpet. Nothing on the back. And then this right here, which goes up underneath the seat, looks about the same without putting a tape measure to it. All right, let's get the Lasfit back seat cargo liner in and see how it looks. All right, they're in. How do they look? You tell me what you think. Let's look up here. Look at the fit. Look at that fit. I mean, that just looks so perfectly tight. I don't see that not covering everything. That just looks great. Passenger side. Fits all the way up inside there. Looks good. Look at the fit on the middle. And all the way around here. So here's my conclusion for the tits on the bottom. It's not needed over here because physically this cannot slide. It cannot go back. It cannot go forward. It cannot go sideways because you got a hump. And oh, that does feel good. I like it. What do you think? And I know this is a question because I've always had this question before. Is there any inherent smells or odors being emitted from this? And the answer is no. There's the Ford Bronco Raptor mats. And here's the Ford Bronco with the Lasfits that I'm leaving in. These are good. I like them. I like the look of them. All right. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment down below. Are you considering these things? If you are, as you know, I always put links in the description. There'll be an Amazon link. There will be Lasfit links and discount codes, which I will update frequently as they give me discounts to pass along to you. Do your own homework. It could be cheaper one place or the other. You never know. I'm out here. See ya.